On January 12th, a brand new community resource called Here's Health launched for the Cochise County community, and its goal is to help residents find health care close to home. To learn more about it, we are joined today by Cochise County Health and Social Services Director Barb Lang on this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. Barb, thanks so much for taking the time to stop by and tell us about this amazing resource. Here's Health. It's a website that was put together, and what does it do?
Absolutely. So Here's Health is a play on words, as in Here's Health right here in Cochise County. So take you back just a year. I had come into the health department, and at my age, I needed to schedule a colonoscopy. I wasn't sure where to go, and my staff said, well, you're going to Tucson, right? And I thought, Tucson? No, I've scheduled it right here in Bisbee at the Copper Queen. So I was concerned that if the health department didn't know where to go, then there were a lot of people out there that probably didn't need to go. So I really thought about it. How do I get the information out to folks about hospital services? Because what happens is a lot of folks are going to Phoenix and Tucson to get these services. And when they do that, the money stays in Tucson or Phoenix. And I want the money in my community. So I really thought through, and I thought, gosh, we need some sort of branding, some sort of marketing campaign that would give folks information and be able to search where they could get these services. So I applied for a grant through the Arizona Community Foundation, and I got it. And so Here's Health was founded at that moment. We did an agreement with a marketing healthcare firm called Intium, and Intium designed these great posters, and I'll share one.
Let's see if we can get a better angle on this. I don't know if we can or not. There we possibly, depending on how it comes through. I'm not sure. But the cool part about this is these people here. And on all of the Here's Health documentation and things, again, it's difficult to see with the green screen here. They're all local people. These are not stock photos of people we don't know.
No, these aren't professional models. We put a notice out on social media and said, hey, anybody interested in being a superstar on a local campaign, let us know. They weren't paid. They did it for free. And these are folks that live in Bisbee, that live in Dragoon, that live in Benson, that live in Huachuca City, and they all volunteered to have their picture posted on this media campaign, which is very exciting. And so when you look at the campaign pictures, it has a little QR code in the corner. And that QR code will pick up a searchable website of the hospitals in the FQHC here, and you can search by specialty provider or location. You can enter in what it is that you're looking for, let's say endocrinologist. It will pull it up and map it right from your house. So it'll give you a map that you can print out. If you don't have a smartphone and you can't use a QR code, you can just log on to the regular website. We have these handouts and posters at all our public libraries in Cochise County, schools, hospitals. We've spread the word. We want people to use the website. It's in its infancy, so it may grow from here. But this is a nice opportunity for people to see what medical services are available and keep that money in those services here in Cochise so we can expand healthcare here right where we live.
And in order to do that, to be able to do that, you have to collaborate with all of the different hospitals and clinics and medical facilities that are here. How did all of that come about when designing this website?
So I called them and said, gosh, I have this idea. What would you think about? And one of the things that I think people automatically think, and it is somewhat true, is hospitals are competitors. But in rural Arizona, they really are colleagues more than their competitors. They understand the power of rural. They understand our community and how important it is to support each other. And so it didn't take a lot of convincing to get them on board. They love the idea. They love the idea that their services would be put out there. And the even better thing is we do have a lot of visiting physicians from other places. They're included on this website with the days and times that they're at these facilities.
It's unbelievable, and knowing that all of this, again, remember, this could cost a lot of money, but because of the Legacy Foundation,
Arizona Community
Community Foundation. Thank
Yes.
you. Arizona Community Foundation, able to secure that grant.
Absolutely. So that was very thrilling for us, and I feel is really going to be helpful for folks when they don't know where to go. I get calls at the health department routinely. Do you know where a urologist is, pulmonologist, nephrologist, all those big words for those specialty services, and this is an opportunity to find it on their own.
Because a lot of times people think of those specialty services. We know we have a primary care physician here in Sierra Vista or in Douglas or in Bisbee, somewhere throughout the county. But when we do think of those specialized services, a lot of times maybe we don't think that they actually provide those here in our local areas.
That's exactly right. And the really neat thing about this website from a public health standpoint is I'm going to be able to track which specialties get the most attention. So I can see if there's gaps in care. Do we need another pulmonologist in Cochise County? So the more money that's spent in county, the more we can really build on infrastructure and perhaps get other physicians here.
And being able to do that, obviously, it doesn't just keep the money in Cochise County, but it lets us know that we have these resources available to us.
That's exactly right. Everybody here knows it takes a lot of time, energy, and oftentimes money to get to Pima County or another county to get service. This way you don't have to leave your agriculture, you take less time off from work, you don't have to struggle to find childcare because healthcare is here.
And that is it. The here'shealth.org website, which is actually in the post description. You can tap it. I did it myself. I tapped it, boom, it opens up the page.
That's
right
right
there on your phone. And then you type in the information and you can find out whether that specific service that you need is offered in Cochise County. And odds are it is.
That's exactly right. So this is a wonderful opportunity for people to connect with care and do it right here at home.
All because Barb Lang had a colonoscopy. Wow, that's amazing, Barb. Thank you so much for caring about your health so much that it opened a door for people to be able to do that here in Cochise County. It's Cochise County Health and Social Services Director Barb Lang on this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC. Barb, thinking about what you do. We got to talk to you in your first month, I believe,
yes,
in this job. How do you see this first year plus that you're building, and the partnerships and strategic things that you're making for our county? How do you think it's going?
I think it's going great, and I absolutely love it here. I want to retire here. I think Cochise County is A1. One of the things that I want to continue to do is build on the infrastructure and the wonderful things that exist here currently. I don't want to make changes. I want to build on what's already here. My next focus is really going to be the aging community. So the health department's going to be putting out a large campaign to really support our aging population, especially when it comes to chronic disease and mobility. So stay tuned. There'll be more coming with that.
Hopefully, they do right here, that information. Jane,
That's
make
right.
sure we set that up right now.
We also have an opportunity coming up February 4th
Yes,
in
that's
Sierra
what we want to talk
Vista.
about. Okay, so
Yeah.
February 4th, you can mark your calendars right now. This February 4th in Sierra Vista event, this is a big deal. What is going to be happening?
It is a big deal. It's called the Justice and Care Collective, and it's a collaboration between the County Attorney's Office, the presiding judge of the Justice Court, one of the Superior Court judges, and a ton of mental health and physical health providers. And what we're doing is we're coming together at the health department on Foothills in Sierra Vista, and we are waiving non-criminal warrants for our homeless folks or folks that are struggling that need a fresh start. When they come out from having their warrant waived, they can be transported to treatment on the spot. Mental health and substance use treatment, they can receive resources from peer support organizations. We're going to have homeless shelters there. We're going to have the McNeil Co-op giving vouchers for free fruits and vegetables. We're going to be having the county attorney's office there with diversion program information and also answering questions for expungement, all for free.
And how does that happen, all for free? Thinking about the nature of encompassing something like that on different levels and then bringing the people in, How does that even work?
Well, we got together. I had this idea, talked to the judges who loved it, because we really want to clear the way for jails to be housing people that are serious criminals. We want people who need treatment to be in treatment, to become productive, paying members of society in Cochise County.
And we know they're there. We know that maybe there's people out there, maybe you are someone or you know someone who is in need of this service. On February 4th, make sure you mark those calendars right now to be able to head to Foothills and Highway 92
Yes.
at the county office buildings right there, because that's where this diversion program and opportunity will be taking place.
Yes, it's going to be from 1 to 4 in the afternoon, and after we do this one, we're going to look at holding another one in Douglas and in Benson. We had one in Bisbee in October, very successful.
And that's how you know that you were able to take those people who wanted to make that change and literally take them on site right there to the next step to be able to start that recovery process.
Absolutely, and we had some mothers come that were expectant, that really wanted to change their life because they're starting a family, and we signed them up on WIC, and we also provided them with vaccines, health checks. We're going to have physicians there, so it really is a solid chance for people to get a fresh start and enter into treatment.
When thinking about we were talking about this a little bit before the cameras were rolling, and if we could just address it briefly, just kind of a 30,000-foot view. In Sierra Vista, which is where we're filming this right now, there have been more of a homeless population that has been rising up, unfortunately during a very cold time of year as well,
Yes.
Where it's getting chilly at night. What are the means of addressing this, whereas these people feel the only option they have is to accost people in grocery store parking lots or something of that nature? How does the Cochise County Health and Social Services team work with law enforcement to work with the agencies around here that specifically address homelessness and that population to work toward getting them, like you said, to be those productive members of society?
Gosh, 30,000-foot answer. So there's a lot of contributing factors to mental health and substance use. And so public health really wants to get out information. One of the things that we do is in Sierra Vista and our Douglas clinics, we have peer support specialists there 3 times a week. We do screenings on every single person that comes in for mental health and substance. If folks are interested, we let them talk to a peer support specialist. That's someone with lived experience who can say, gosh, I've been where you've been. Let me help, let me provide resource, and encourage you to enter into treatment. We also work very closely with the 988 number. That's a number that people can call for crisis services. We also work with the Hope Inc. Warm Line. That Warm Line is a free phone number that's available 365 days a year up until 10 p.m. at night, where they can talk to a peer support specialist. We work closely with law enforcement. We want to make sure people who need help get the help they need. And we have a facility right here in Sierra Vista through La Frontera that if somebody is struggling with substance use, law enforcement can drop them off and they can get treatment. So we have a lot of things and a lot of resources that we really utilize to encourage people to take that step to get help.
And I love the fact that, again, you're working with these organizations, not just law enforcement, but also the places like La Frontera who are there. Their goal is to help people. And we've taken tours of the facility when nobody was around to be able to see it and understand what happens there, and knowing that with the rise of homelessness around the Sierra Vista area specifically that I'm addressing, I'm so glad that there are plans in place and partnerships within the community to help address those things.
Well, and I think we all understand that these are very significant, complex needs that people are are struggling to fulfill, and so we all need to work together. And that's the wonderful thing about Cochise County, is I think we're so good at coming together rather than working in silos. We all understand what's needed, and we're ready to, pull up our sleeves and get started.
Well, and you've been doing that since you've started this job as the Cochise County Health and Social Services Director. Barb, before we go, other pressing, challenging issues that maybe you see on the horizon, because you're connected to a greater nationwide network of these social services directors. What are you learning from them that will end up helping us here in Cochise County, maybe over the next 1 to 2 years, in the relatively short term?
Boy, that is a big question. What am I learning that will ultimately help Cochise County? I think one of the things that we really need to focus on is prevention and chronic disease. We know that vaccines are the best way to protect yourself, eating healthy, exercising, getting that movement, getting out there in the sunshine, loneliness and social isolation. Check on your neighbors, talk to folks, get out and about. Those are all things that really assist in mental health and physical health. And it's about whole health. It's about connecting with your neighbors, make sure we're taking care of one another, and hopefully this is a good beginning to getting the services out there so people know if they are struggling with something or they want to focus on prevention, they'll know where to go.
It's all about here'shealth.org. Here's to your health, Cochise County, and you can find all of these amazing resources at that website, which is in the post description, here'shealth.org. Mm-hmm. Barb Lang, we're so grateful for your time. I know you're so busy running all around the county and helping in all these amazing things. One more time, here'shealth.org, and then the event coming up on February 4th.
Yes. February 4th, 1 to 4, Justice and Care Collective, waiving warrants, getting resources for mental health, substance abuse, McNeil Co-op with fresh fruits and vegetables. There'll be vaccines, STI testing, and we'll have a ton of resources there, so please join us.
And all of that information is located on
our
Cochise
website.
County website as well.
Absolutely.
So you can take advantage of these resources, learn that there are these specialized physicians trained here in Cochise County to be able to help you with certain needs so we can stay here. We won't have to travel out of the county. We won't have to travel to other cities. And that way, the dollars all stay here as well.
That's right. Here's Health.
It's here'shealth.org. Check the post description for all the details. And please do us a favor. Share this video around to everybody you possibly can across Cochise County to let them know that here'shealth.org is here to help them get healthy, to help all of us stay healthy, to know that the resources are here for exactly that. Barb, thanks so much for letting us check in with you today, and thank you for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. Here's health.org. Big events coming up. Stay tuned to the Cochise County Facebook page, website. That's in the post description as well. And of course, stay tuned to Cool FM Live, because we will be covering all of these and so much more, working with our Cochise County Health and Social Services Director, Barb Lang. And you can learn more about her. You're very engaging. You're always in the public. You're always out and about and doing things. And you're so great with people. I've seen it firsthand. So thank you for everything that you did.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Have a great day. We'll check in with you again later on. Yay!